The Node.js N-API Team meeting for August 24th, 2020. We'll follow our standard approach, which is to look at the issues that we have tagged for milestone 11. So let me bring that up. Before and while I'm doing that, does anybody have any announcements they'd like to share?
Nothing here.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so interesting. I think the order is reversed of what I'd seen before, but anyway, let's start with look at new time for team meeting. So I know Kevin, you'd opened a doodle. Is there agreement on the time there?
I remember seeing several where we were all available, although that may have changed.
Or kind of what's the next step on this one, I guess, is
well, I mean, I guess for me, Mondays are tricky for me because I did put an availability on for Monday, but being sort of like this support staff role that I have, sometimes I have to meet with East Coast partners when they have problems that arise on Friday. I have to meet with them on Monday. And so Mondays are really tricky for me. So if we can, and then there's a better agreement on any other day, then maybe we can go for one of these Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays that you have here.
I'm just looking at it. None of the other ones seem to.
Oh, it's only, yes.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. This is an Eastern time zone, right?
Yeah, this is an Eastern. Yeah.
Okay, some of these time slots seemed reasonable to me, but then I remembered this is Eastern.
Right. Okay.
So I got to look carefully.
Well, then, I mean, I guess that one, the Monday one, is the best one there.
Okay.
Well, actually, Thursday, 11 a.m. to 12. I don't know why I didn't mark that, but because that's 8 a.m. here, right? So August 6th, 11 to 12. I think I should have marked that one because I think I'm okay with that one. Because I mean, it's 8 o'clock on Monday right now for me. So
right.
8 o'clock on Thursday is probably okay. The only thing is, like, for the next couple of weeks, I'm on vacation Thursdays and Fridays. But other than that, I don't want to sacrifice this time slot for the next couple of weeks when we're talking about like months or maybe even years ahead. So I think I'm actually okay with Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I didn't mark it. I don't know if I can.
Well, we could just do, if we're just choosing the time now, we could agree on that if that's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Would we have to see if there's a conflict on the calendar?
Yeah, let's take a look at the calendar here.
Right.
Node.js.org. Because yeah, I think some of them.
There is Thursday.
Node.js Community Committee.
Yeah, and then working group release.
Well, it's 11.
No, it's 11 Eastern,
right?
right? Yeah.
Oh,
but
right.
there is one.
There's something there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think it's pre-booked already.
Yeah, that's booked. Okay. Well, I mean, we can stick with, there was the Monday one then, right? Let's stick with that one. Is that
so from 1 to 2? Let's check that. Yeah, Monday. There seems to be a lot fewer on Monday. So
let's make sure that the time zone we're looking at is okay, because this one says 8 a.m. Node.js N-API. So it looks like this calendar is showing things in Pacific time.
Okay. So let's Okay. So let's good point. Why is that?
Maybe the down arrow at the right edge of the top toolbar might help, or not. Yeah, that's the only UI that seems to allow interaction, but it doesn't allow the kind of interaction we want. I don't know why this is. Well, I can open the doodle. Can you paste the link and then maybe I can share the screen because then mine is in Pacific.
Okay, sure.
So let me see chat.
You should. Could you click that all times displayed in America, New York? Can you click that
That's a good point.
to
Yes.
change to
There
whatever
you go.
the
Never mind.
calendar that Node is in?
Yeah, you want America, Los Angeles. So maybe you can just type in Los Angeles. Just take out New York if it's not read only. There you go.
Okay.
That's it.
Yes, because we are right now meeting at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Yeah, on Monday.
Which is what the calendar shows. Okay, yes.
Right, so this, we were looking at Thursday at what time was it then?
We were looking at Thursday, 8 a.m.
This one.
Yes, and then that was booked.
Yeah.
By the calendar. So then we thought maybe the Monday.
Friday at 8.
Friday?
Yeah, there's also Friday at 8 a.m. That one I think is again missing me, but again I can probably do that. I don't know why I didn't put those in. Maybe I didn't scroll far enough. Yeah, I'm actually okay with that too. So if we have nothing on Friday at 8, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I guess I didn't scroll far enough because there were more dates here. So yeah, I don't know why I didn't mark Thursday and Friday the same times as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So can we check Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific? Friday. Yeah, it all starts at 9 on Friday, so we should be okay. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we're okay Friday at 8.
Yeah.
Right, and we weren't talking, so this, but even on Thursday, what was the time we were talking about was
8 Pacific.
Yeah, we were talking Thursday at 8.
Right, which was 11 at, okay, so that one there was, because this is, no, this is.
Yeah, no, that's TS.
Right.
No, it's booked, right? Because this is Pacific time. The calendar is showing in Pacific time. So Thursday at 8 is booked solid.
Okay, 8 is booked.
8 is booked there. We had thought before when we didn't know it wasn't Pacific, we were looking at 11.
Yeah.
But it is 8.
That's right.
And now looking here, there is some 8 a.m.
There's still some, yeah.
Yeah.
So then either Monday or Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
Well, if
I'm okay with Friday.
Gabriel can do the Friday at 8, then that's probably the best because that's green for everybody then.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so let me try and change the calendar entry here. Actually, I don't know if I can do that there. So if I go to my calendar, I go to next week. So instead of the 31st at 11 Eastern, it would be, is it the same time? Minus 3 hours is 8 a.m. It's 11 Eastern on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so same time, just on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah. So that would be September 4th.
Yes. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so let's go back to here. Reviewed the doodle. That was 8 PST, right?
Yep.
Here, I'll just do this. Okay, and I guess I can close this too, right?
Yep.
Okay. Review external examples. That was just a reminder for us to take a look. I don't know, Gabriel, if you had any chance yet.
Unfortunately, no.
No.
Still no chance.
So I'm guessing here. I don't know how this order got
Seems to be bouncing
reordered.
around.
Discuss NAPI 7. I think we discussed that, right?
Yeah. I think we're just gonna mark whatever we have as stable.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had
Should
a
we
chance
leave
to
this
submit the
open?
PRs yet.
Might as well leave it open.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, until the PRs land, I think.
Yep.
Just to keep bugging me.
Okay. I thought this stuck. Okay. Tracking modules. Nothing new there, but we'll take a quick. Okay, so still trending up, which is good. Okay. I don't know. It's not, the ordering's not sticking anyway. Okay, Node Confu proposal. I think we're still just waiting, right, Jim?
Yeah, that's still under review.
Okay, still haven't, I don't think we've done anything in terms of enabling debug testing. It's a reminder. Passport, I don't think so. The issues, so now we're on to issues. So let's look at Node. So I think this one is the one I think that's most urgent in my mind. I don't know if Nick has had a chance yet. In his email, did he say anything about that?
I haven't seen.
Okay, I was gonna say it. Okay.
Yes, he did respond in his email regarding PR 766.
Okay.
Yeah. So he said that is just working on it and is coming back after vacation. I'm hoping to end it soon. So still working.
Okay. Good. Okay. Oops. And then let's look at what's new. Fix leak in thread safe. Sync progress worker. This is, it doesn't look like anybody's had a chance to take a look at it.
Ooh, wait a minute. If you delete this in on work progress, then what happens when you want to call complete?
Anyway, I guess we need to review comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as tools go, my thread safe function is also ready for review.
Okay.
Okay, nice.
So this one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So what I did was updated basically the tests now are just a port of the existing TSFN to go to TSFN EX now.
Okay.
And then I also made I updated the other branch, the other PR, which is the backing of the old TSFN with the new TSFN EX, which works, but it doesn't compile on GCC4.
Right.
Yeah, it's the one that's blocked. I added that label there.
Okay.
Yeah. So once we decide to update to GCC 5 plus, which would be when Node 10 goes out,
right,
then we can use this one instead.
Right. When Node 10 goes out and we drop support for Node 10, yeah, through probably an NAPI 4, right? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, so that's my update.
Okay, so that's ready to go. That's good. Jim, we talked about this one last time, right?
Yes.
I wonder if, like, does it worth adding the name examples in that, like the NAPI resource examples or examples resource, or?
Well, if you bring up the link, it's kind of the branding that's on the link.
Ah, okay.
So
Let's take a look.
it's in some sense it's more than just tutorials. Over time, it could evolve
Okay, right.
to include additional topics.
Right. Okay.
All right, I see.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense then. Okay. Right, because it's not going directly to the examples repo. It just happens it's hosted
Right,
there.
right.
So, yeah,
And then the examples repo is linked off the head of each website page.
Right. Okay. This one. I don't think that hurts actually. Yeah, it makes sense to me. Let me just.
Oh, which one was that? Because I think I'll approve it as well. That makes sense.
793.
Yeah, if you don't, 793. Yeah, if you don't return it, it'll just take whatever it passed in. So it's
Yeah.
not fatal, but it should be returned. That's good
Yeah.
form.
Test refactor, this one. This is just refactoring the example to use. Is this similar to the changes you made, Gabriel, or some of the others?
Yeah. It's. I mean, it does probably have performance implications, but it is cosmetic otherwise, just to make it cleaner. Because I mean, we're probably
Okay.
using a lot more promises with this change than without it, but it doesn't matter because these are tests rather than benchmarks.
Right.
So
And it's
better
more
to be nice and
consistent with
clean
the
and
other ones
legible.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we basically just need to review and say good.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I used that version of the tests in my EX tests.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean the async await version?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I basically took this PR's JavaScript and modified it for my test.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, let's see. I think otherwise we're back to.
Yeah, this one I tried to land it, but there was no, the AIX nightly was missing, so the suite failed for AIX nightly.
That should be resolved. I talked to Richard, and it sounds like today he brought the machines back online.
So
they
we
just
should
were
have nightly by tomorrow.
And it looks like it's, yeah, like I think all the old ones ran, so it might even work now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can run it again.
Okay.
And
yeah, so maybe good today, or if not, tomorrow. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Oh, checks. Oh, why is this failing? Okay. Okay. Anyway, separate. We'll look at that separately.
Interesting.
It may be something like, because it's well, if it's rebased, it should now have all the current stuff anyway. So I think that's about it here. Let's take a look at Node. Actually, maybe I should have looked at issues too, just to see if there's any new issues. I think this one we already talked about. Oh, you open this one.
Yeah, yeah. Because I like the overarching thing that I'm doing here is answering that there's a closed issue about the person wondering how to iterate over an array, or sorry, how to assign things to an array, and our documentation for array never mentions that it inherits from object. So if you go to like array, it doesn't say it inherits from object, and therefore you can use the set methods. And so I figured we should for each class we should introduce like a how it fits into the hierarchy right below the class heading. And then when I was doing that, I added references to doc basic types MD hash value, and then I saw that there's a value MD which documents the exact same thing. So I'm not sure why we have this in two places. So basic types is more of an overarching documentation, right? But it goes into great detail for value for some reason. So
okay, but doesn't go into others. Anyway, it sounds like that's
it does. It goes into value and string and stuff. But but why do we have a separate value then? That's what I don't understand.
If we don't have it
Maybe
for
we
the
should
others.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, worth looking at for sure.
So I don't know which way should I go with this. I'm tempted to just merge everything into basic types, because that's how basic types are documented, it would seem. And then value.md we don't need anymore.
Right. So
like we don't have string.md and whatever.md.
Right. Now value isn't really a basic type, is it?
Well, it is. It is. It is the top of a rather large hierarchy of classes. So it's about as basic as it gets. But you know, it's documented in two places now. So value doesn't extend anything.
Right. I'm just wondering if value is a native thing versus a JavaScript thing.
No. Well, it's the representation of a JavaScript value, right? So it's you know, it's just how we chose to do this. They're all N-API value, right?
Right. They're all N-API values, but my point is that like these other things are like actual types, right?
Well, value is too. It's class value, right? And it has a bunch of its own methods.
Yeah, there isn't much basic types. Okay. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, so that's. So it's got all this value.
Yep, and all of this documentation is repeated in value.md. Right. Yeah, so at this point, this is unique now.
Right. Below so name and array we don't have the equivalent of. Okay. Yeah, I'd agree that. Yeah. Yep. Pulling the stuff from value into there makes sense, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just leave myself a note here.
It might be nice to have an index at the top of that really long page for basic types that enumerates it looks like it's value, name, and array, just so that the reader knows that there are like three distinct subsections of that.
Yeah, that's I was kind of thinking that while I was looking at it too.
Yeah, that's another question. Like, so you at the top of one of the files, we have a bunch of types listed with all links to their own files. I think it's oh geez, which one is it? Doc README, I think.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, there's that. So like for example, string and name can go under, or sorry, string and symbol can go under name, and that's kind of stuff. So we could actually reflect this. But the question is, would it make sense to add the hierarchy to every single page and then just have the one that you're currently looking at not be a link and all the others be a link? Because that if we cannot make that a compact thing, then that would take up a lot of the space at the top of the page
But
every
actually,
time. So you'd always have to scroll all the time.
It looks like what we should almost have had is like this one. Like, what do we have in here? We have value, name, because isn't name here too? There's also a name. So,
yeah, and that just links to basic types.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we have kind of an inconsistency. Like
right.
Object has its own file, but array doesn't. You know. So
I almost think though it might be worth pulling them out. Like
into separate files.
Yeah, like there's quite a lot of them. So pulling them all into one file would be a big file, right?
Well, but that's just it. Some of them have their own file and some of them do not. So like string and symbol and name do not have it as far as I know. Let me double check. ls -l doc. So oh yeah, no, we do have string and symbol. They have it. I think. Oh yeah, object has it. Yeah, array doesn't. So we just have array buffer, but we don't have array.
Array. Right. So, but I looking at this structure, it probably makes sense to pull array out of basic types. Like it would almost be like click on this. It could have the, well, there's not really much text here either. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I would pull it out to a separate file as opposed to combining, because otherwise it's going to be like we should either have them all in that file or separate files, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like we may have had it. We may have just had basic types at one point, but then as we started to add them,
yeah, exactly.
We added in new files, and we just didn't pull out the ones that were already in that one file at the time.
Yeah. Okay. So go the other way, actually.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna edit my comment then.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, we just reversed ourselves.
That's fine. I mean, living document. Keep saying that recently. Okay. So separate out pieces of basic.
Okay, so we do have some questions, but nothing brand new. So we just need to see if we can get to answering those questions.
Yeah.
Let's flip over to Node now. Node. Oh, sorry, N-API.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't look like anything too new, right? Like this is, I think we might have, did we talk about this one last time? Oh, I guess not.
Yeah.
I guess there's just a discussion back and forth, right?
Yeah, but Anna doesn't object. She's not a great fan of my change, so I'm kind of looking for other opinions to push this one way or the other, because it doesn't have any objections, but it doesn't have any reviews either, so it's just kind of in limbo right now.
So what's the breakage again? I know I'd looked at it at one point, but.
Well, it changes signatures and stuff like that. So I mean, it's an ABI breakage. But other than that.
Well, what do you mean other than that? Like we don't want to do ABI breakage.
I know, but it's still experimental and it hasn't been out for very long, right?
Right. Okay.
So that's my justification for the breakage. It's only been out for a couple of weeks, and so if we break it, now would be the time, I think.
Okay. Okay. So, we'll have to go take another look then.
Yes, please.
Okay. Other people can too.
Yeah, I guess the longer it sits, the more entrenched the existing method becomes.
True. Okay, then in issues. Okay, so I don't think there's anything too new. This one.
Yeah, no,
It's related
that's
to
the
the other thing,
discussion.
right? Yep. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that looks like we've covered everything that we have on our agenda. Anything that anybody thinks we should talk about before we close out for today? If not, thanks for everybody for taking the time, and we'll see you in GitHub and talk to you next week. I guess it'll be a little bit more like 2 weeks now because we shifted to Friday, but we'll see you then.
Alrighty.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you
Thanks.
later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.